Hello everyone, I'm Captain Logan, and welcome back to the Captain Logan Show. Joining me as always is my son, my chat moderator, my co-host, and the guy that plans extra things so I don't have to plan as much. It's my son, Jason. Hello, Jason.
That is an excellent point.
Thanks for making the mighty long commute from your bedroom 2 stories up to the bunker. I really appreciate it. I can't believe I have to drive all the way to work.
Yeah.
That was a Toy Story 2 reference.
Yeah.
It goes right across the street.
I love that movie.
Jokes are always funnier when you explain them. Is that your favorite Toy Story?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't ask me to rank the other ones because I have no idea. I mean, 4 is at the bottom, but between 1 and 3, I have no idea.
That's so funny because I'm in the minority. I love 4.
I mean, I like 4.
Unapologetically.
It's not better than 3 or 1. I don't think, but
there's stuff in it that spoke to me more.
Sure.
And I share some of the same issues people have with it, and they don't matter to me as much as the stuff that resonated. That's the whole thing with that movie. Well, we're excited to hang out with you tonight. I've got a bunch of announcements to do right at the start of the show, so let me get those out of the way. The lead-in topic tonight is going to be about the new Simpsons movie. We'll talk about what little we know, but that was just announced, and that's really exciting and kind of odd timing, came out of nowhere. Nobody was really expecting that. So we'll talk about that. What's up?
I am interested to see why you say that's exciting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We'll have to talk about it.
Yeah, sure. So you are not excited about that?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I will tell you why I think it is exciting. I'll tell you why I think it's potentially exciting. Mm-hmm. It could be a giant crash and burn. Like, who knows? But I am at the moment glad that is happening. Absolutely. Anyway, so we'll get into that. We'll do a Patreon question right at the start. Tonight's Super Chat winner, you can leave a Super Chat any dollar amount, as always, guarantees that we talk about your topic in the second half, or you can make it related to the lead-in topic, whatever the conversation happens to be here in the moment, and we'll knock it out much more lickety-split. But the Super Chat winner tonight gets a personal message from both Jason and me. We haven't done that yet. We made that an offer on one show, and we had like one $2 super chatter that night that never responded about it. So we haven't had to do one yet.
You didn't even tell me we were doing this.
I mean, are you cool with it?
Yeah.
Okay, I figured you wouldn't have a problem with it. No, I did not tell you ahead of time. Well, we tried to do this before and it didn't end up happening, so I figured we'll do it this time. Yeah, but anyway, so that is top super chatter tonight. Yeah, I just love springing stuff on Jason. Oh, by the way, we're also gonna do an 18-hour. I'm just kidding. I was gonna say we're gonna do like an 18-hour marathon stream over the weekend, and you have to be there for all 18 hours.
Depends on what it is. It really depends.
You have to. It's SpongeBob.
I think I can get through maybe an hour of that.
I've never watched an episode. I don't know if I can do it.
Yeah, I've watched an episode, but I haven't watched anything past that.
Anyway, so stuff I wanted to announce tonight, let everybody know what's happening. So the first big thing is, in lieu of the Simpsons movie news, Austin and I have talked, and we are finally going to bring back the season overviews. We want to make sure that we get finally through, and I mean, it's been several years. We've only done 4 seasons. And we haven't even averaged one a year at this point. Partly because I had twins and then another baby in that time. And with an infant in the house, it is just impossible to sit down and watch an entire season of television and take notes. And I'm finally in a place again where I can do more of that, where I can do, I think, one a month. And so the plan right now is to try to get as many of those done before the new movie comes out. And at least get through the golden years. And I mean, that would only be a few more of them. But I like to get even further than that. I'd like to do some of the seasons where it apparently dips and see if we find any, diamonds in the rough in there. And past season 9 or 10, I've seen very, very little. And so it would be really interesting to get through some of that stuff that I say interesting. It might, some of it might be kind of hell and I might hate it, but we'll see what happens. We're going to try. So my and Austin's plan right now is to, starting in November, bring that show back and attempt one a month. We may not quite make that, but we'd love to do at least a few in a year. and see how many we can knock out before the new movie comes out in 2027. That's the plan right now. So Simpsons overviews will come back, and they'll be, when we do them, in lieu of, it'll be on a Friday, because we only have so much time in our week, so it'll be in lieu of an episode of the Superhero Rewind Commentary Project, so we'll have to do, for a while, fewer episodes of that show. And that's a lot of why we haven't been doing this also, is just so that we can keep up with that show. We've done 50 episodes now. We'll still have at least 2 a month, which is what we were tracking for before. So I feel good about that number if we can also tack these Simpsons shows on. I think that'd be really good too. So Slipmaker says, yes, another Simpsons video. Oh, glory of glories. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Slipmaker's got a chat mark now. Good for you, man.
Wow, really?
Yeah, his channel's been doing gangbusters. Congrats to you, man. I've watched some of his stuff.
Awesome.
He's great. He does the kinds of videos I wish I had time to make. Anyway, and then the other thing, or a couple other things I wanted to mention, if all goes according to plan, and I am super busy and my sleep schedule has been all screwed up, but I'm going to try my level best. I am going to try to bring back finally 89 for 89 this Sunday night. I have not done one in about 3 months, because we were finishing up the movie and everything, and I had to act something for a little while. That show is, for folks that don't know, is me rewatching live with various gimmicks, Batman 89 more times. And I have done, I think, 11 of these. And I got to get back to it and start knocking those down again. And the next one is going to be 89 on Laserdisc, which means halfway through it, I'm going to have to pick up the disc and flip it over. And I've never watched it that way. So I'm going to try to do that on Sunday, 89 on Laserdisc. Not that you guys will actually see the Laserdisc version, but that's how I'll be watching it. So 89 for 89 coming back on Sunday. A lot of stuff going on here on the channel. We have announced this already officially, but in case you've missed it, because I don't think we've talked about it on the Captain Logan show necessarily, Spooky Mania happens the last 2 weeks of October this year. So that's this month now. We're into October. It's October 1st. So the next couple of weeks, we're going to have more or less a normal schedule. I'm hoping we can get at least one more Rewind commentary in there. I think I'll have to look at the schedule, or I have to look at the calendar, but I think the way the month lays out, we'll have room to get Dread in there, and then we'll end up doing our new Mania, which will axe our whole schedule, and for 2 straight weeks, we'll be watching blind horror movies and Halloween-related movies that Austin and I have cherry-picked. So he picked 5, I picked 5. We're not going to announce what they are yet. And I don't know how exactly we're going to announce those, if we're going to tell you kind of, a day before, or if we'll put a schedule up. We'll figure that out. But the whole schedule, so hopefully we can have you on for a couple of those, Jason.
Yeah, I have no idea what you guys picked, so.
Have
you guys already picked them?
We've already picked them,
nice.
Yeah. Because you're not going to be with me for Captain Logan show those 2 weeks, because we won't have this show, we won't have the commentary project, we won't have Request, unfortunately. We'll try to knock a couple more of those down before then also. So thanks for your patience, requesters. If we haven't gotten to yours yet, we are doing one of those on this Thursday. But anyway, so Spooky Mania is at the end of this month, the last 2 weeks. So that'll be a fun, nice change of pace. DCEU Mania went just great.
Yeah.
So we're excited to do more of those every now and again, and we're going to make them these kind of mini manias where we do not necessarily an entire catalog of something like we did with Marvel Mania and with Batmania, but where we just pick a few out of something. So we're going to eventually, Jason, bring back a video game mania that way, where we're going to just pick 10. Instead of doing everything, since we never finished that.
Yeah.
But there's nothing precluding us from doing a sequel to it. We can always come back and do more of them, and we'll just kind of jump around a bit.
Yeah.
But that seems like the right compromise for those.
If you do Video Game Mania or Video Game Movie Mania, and then bring it back, you have to call it Super Video Game Movie.
Oh, that's
Mania.
good. That's good.
And the Video Game Movie Mania 64.
Okay, all right. I'll consider that. That's a good idea. John and I are hoping to bring back Smallville commentaries, but my weekends have just been insane lately, so I haven't been able to do it. We've been running around kids on Saturdays, and it's just been real difficult. So I'm hoping we can do at least season 8 before the year is out, but I don't know when yet. So I'll keep everybody apprised on that. The MCU ranking will finish this Friday, so we're gonna stave off the commentary project again for that. We've got 20 more left to go through, and thanks to everybody who watched the first part. And then next week, I just found out that Austin is going to be out of town, so for next Friday. So I unfortunately going to have to put off the Superhero Rewind commentary project one more week. Why do the names of my shows have to be so long? But Jason and I are going to do a superhero movie that night, and it won't be for the commentary project. We're going to do a blind commentary on we don't know what yet. Jason is going to make a list of superhero movies he's never seen before.
Yep.
And he's going to let the Rewind patrons pick. So you guys will get to pick like you do sometimes for the commentary project, and he'll have that out, I don't know, in the next couple days.
Yeah.
You're gonna pick what, 4 or 5?
I'll pick 5.
Okay.
And it'll be a mix of both good movies and bad movies. There will probably be more bad movies than good movies because I've seen most of the good movies.
And that's probably a funnier show if it's a bad movie.
Yeah, but I don't want
to
make
almost
it
ask you to make them all bad.
I can.
We'll talk about it, but I want you to do it the way you want to do it.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do for next Friday. I think that'll be a whole lot of fun. And that is all the news that's fit to print for right now. We're going to launch now into a Patreon question. And quick plug for Patreon, as always, patreon.com/geekvolution. The $2 tier lets you, among other things, pick a question for every single month that we promise we will read and respond to on the Captain Logan Show, in case you can't be here during the show and leave a super chat, or in case you don't like the super chat system. And we appreciate you just being here and watching, or watching after the fact. Even if you don't leave a super chat or are a patron, you guys are awesome just for listening, watching, hanging out with us, and saying amusing things in the comments. Okay, go ahead, Jason.
This is from Killer Month Returns.
Yeah.
Is there a style of writing, show or a book or a comic that makes you immediately check out? For me, anytime something starts getting meta on my enjoyment, it immediately deflates.
That's hilarious. Yeah. So he must have hated the Superhero Rewind movie. I've talked a lot about the meta thing lately. For me, it just depends on the brand of meta and how well it's pulling it off. I love stuff like Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe, which, spoiler alert, by the end of the book has Deadpool about to come out of the comic into the real world to go find Cullen Bunn, who wrote the book, and murder him. I love stuff like that. I love...
But why don't you like She-Hulk, then?
Well, the problem with She-Hulk wasn't so much the meta component. It was that it was poorly written in the first place, and I didn't think it was funny, most of it, and also it seemed to up its own butt about everything. You know, whereas to pat itself on the back about Marvel's success and all of that. That could have been done in a much more clever way. But I will say, I mean, there were a couple things about it that I thought were pretty clever. Like, I didn't hate the idea, again, spoilers for that show, I didn't hate the idea of, like, robot Kevin Feige. Like, Kevin Feige's not an actual person. He's like he's like a floating droid. It's not doesn't even have a human body. Like, that was kind of a fun idea. Yeah, and I liked the real weird meta moment of She-Hulk coming out of her world into the Disney Plus menu. I thought that was a really funny image. Yeah. So like there were images I liked. There were ideas I liked about that. So it wasn't the fact they went meta. Anyway, let me actually answer the question.
Yeah.
The first thing that comes to my mind, and I'm talking prose specifically, is second person.
Yeah. You don't like Choose Your Own Adventure? Second
person you. Well, that's fine for Choose Your Own Adventure, and it's perfectly appropriate for that because you are the protagonist. Yeah. You're supposed to put yourself
more
in
like a game than a really
novel. It's kind of a weird hybrid model of prose and interactive
so you
experience,
read
right?
Second person that's not Choose Your Own Adventure?
Yes.
Is it like terrible?
It's terrible. There's some young adult that likes to do it.
Really?
Yeah. The first thing that comes to mind, and this is so random, but I opened this up at a bookstore at one point, and I looked at it for a page, and I was like, there's no way I would ever read this. uh, the novelization, and I don't know why they made a novelization of this, but there was a novelization for the Batman Rise of Sin Tzu game on GameCube, and I think maybe PlayStation.
Why?
PlayStation 2, and it was written in the second person.
Why?
I don't know, but it's just a really weird, gimmicky kind of thing where it's almost like it's trying too hard to make it fun for kids, where it's like you're not going to relate to this unless you literally put yourself in the shoes of the protagonist.
You know my favorite thing about that? You're Batman.
Yeah, you're Batman. Well, and I said years ago when I did the written review for Arkham Asylum that story-driven video games are kind of in the second person.
Yeah.
And again, that makes perfect sense when it's interactive and you're making the choices yourself.
Yes.
And it's interesting that we were talking about meta before this, because in its way that feels sort of meta, right? Like it's reaching out into the real world, and you are now a part of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's something just off about. And I'm not saying it can't work. I haven't read it and been happy with it. But there's something off about that as an experience, because you want to sympathize with the protagonist. You want to get your head in, or your mind in somebody else's head, and when it's telling you what you're doing and what you're thinking, it's really awkward. Like, you don't want to exactly be the protagonist. You want to go along with the protagonist.
Yeah.
And so it's a little bit harder ironically, it's a little bit harder to put yourself in the shoes of the protagonist when you're being told it's you that's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes any sense.
I think you should write a second person, like, short story or something.
Just see if I can pull it off.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. It works better in short fiction than as a novel.
Okay.
I've actually seen
you
it.
get sick of it, like.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're having to read
200
pages.
It also feels
pages.
massively arbitrary. So what second person affords you, and I'm glad you brought that up, short fiction, because what second person affords you is a sense of urgency.
Yeah.
Second person works great for a short thriller or for a real intense in the moment situation. So I read a short story in college once. You just unlocked this memory about a guy who survives a plane crash and is trying to decide if he's going to steal the belongings of people who have died in this plane crash. It's like this ethical conundrum where he's the only person that survived. There's all of these dead people, and he feels terrible to be like a crow and scavenge and steal stuff from these people. But what are they going to do with their hundreds of dollars in their wallets? And I don't remember if he was supposed to be like in dire straits and had. It was like, real broke, and maybe his family needed money or something. I don't remember what exactly the situation was, but that was in second person, and it was really effective there, where it's like, you've just survived a plane crash. What are you going to do with all of these personal possessions that none of these people are going to use? That. So it worked okay there, but imagine that for 250 pages. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so that's the first thing that comes to mind.
Second person works a lot
answer.
better in music.
Slipmaker, oh god, if that game wasn't painful enough. I have Sinsu rising from my basement.
I don't know if I can come up with something as good as that. I think, like, I'm kind of sick of...
and it doesn't have to be a whole style, does it? What was it?
He did say style.
Oh, okay, cool. I guess it does have to be a style.
Well, because I do feel like that could be like, oh, I don't like how a writer does this, or whatever.
Yeah.
Well,
he said immediately turns you off, so probably something you would notice on the first page. Right. Like, if I see a bunch of extraneous dialogue tags, I have a real tough time continuing. If I see a lot of adverbs, I'm like, no, I'm out. And part of that's how I was trained. To be fair, but I don't think it's especially effective. I think a lot of the time you just don't need that stuff, and I feel like you're not giving me any credit when you're telling me too much how a protagonist says something.
Yeah.
So
You can do that every once in a while.
if you
Definitely.
open, yeah, and sometimes it feels warranted, but I mean, real few and far between. I wouldn't do it more than once every 30, 40 pages even. But if I, on page 1, see a lot of dialogue, and it's, you idiot, Ralph said sarcastically, nah, I'm done. I'm out.
Yeah.
He probably said that sarcastically. I can get that from what he said, you know.
Yeah, I think Ralph.
Slipmaker. No, wait, you have Sensu rising from your basement.
See, and
Second
I like,
person.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
that's great.
See, and I like a lot of. I didn't even think about it.
Perfect.
I wasn't sure what that meant, and then yeah. And I don't mind a lot of description.
Yeah.
I mean, I love description. Like I honestly don't like when there's too much dialogue.
Yeah.
But my answer is gonna be I'm kind of sick of books where it's a bunch of teenagers going to figure out a mystery. I'm just done with that.
Well, that's not even a style thing. That's just premise. That's just genre.
I don't like
So it's
that.
a genre you don't like.
Yeah, but not even mystery. It's just a bunch of random teenagers trying to figure out something that's like really freaking easy to figure out. I'm kind of done with that. And I read a lot of that in middle school.
Yeah.
And then going back to it, it's like, wow. Why did I read
So
that?
what's wrong with it? Are they all kind of the same?
They're all the same.
Are we having to dumb the kids down in order to make the mystery easier for the reader to figure out? Is that what we're doing?
And dumb the mystery down so that the kids are able to figure it out.
Sure. So then they feel like Power Rangers, where it's like, yeah, that's Tommy, and you should have been able to tell that was Tommy.
Yeah.
Immediately, from like the second you dealt with the guy after he got his powers. Obviously, that was Tommy.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think the second person is really good. I wasn't thinking about that.
To be fair, I've talked about this before. That's kind of a stock answer for me with this, but that's a big one. And then the dialogue tag thing is a
well. You don't even really like first person a lot.
I think first person is no. I don't like to write in first person.
Yeah.
And I caution beginning writers against too much first person until they've written a good amount of third person limited, because you want to develop your voice. We don't talk about writing enough anymore. This is really really wonderful. You want to develop your own narrative voice, which is difficult to do if you're only writing in someone else's voice. And so what you tend to do is write a lot of first person that all sounds the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I speak from experience with that. Even after having lots of experience with third person, when I finally sat down and went, I'm going to write a first person thing, I struggled with it too. I mean, it was difficult for the voices of my characters not to all sound like me. And of course, I'm all or nothing, so I couldn't just write a first person novel. I had to write a book from 31 different first person perspectives and try to make them all sound different. And that was my food novel.
Yeah.
That's Edible States. Edible States is first person, but it's 31 different perspectives.
It's also a lot of found stuff, so.
Yeah.
I think that's different.
And that was the biggest complaint I heard from people who listened to the audiobook was it didn't help that I was reading it. But it was I mean, some of these characters kind of just sound like you. And it was really difficult not to do that. I tried real hard. I did my best with it.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so that was wonderful.
Still haven't finished that.
That was a wonderful question. Thanks a lot, Killing Moth Returns. What a great opening discussion. And now let's get into. We gotta stop calling it the lead-in topic. We're 25 minutes in, but let's talk about the Simpsons 2. We don't know what the movie is going to be called yet, so it is an untitled sequel, but Disney really got their ducks in a row with this, and they put out a teaser poster, and they're they've got a locked-in date. They moved a Marvel date for it. Like, they're really serious about it. And there's a lot of speculation that part of the reason they're doing this now is because Marvel is kind of in shambles. And they don't have their ducks in a row past Secret Wars, and they don't even know, of course, if Doomsday and Secret Wars are going to perform. And you remember we speculated a couple weeks ago about what those other untitled movies were going to be. Do you remember that? Like, we had question marks, I think, for a couple of different spaces into 27. For they're supposed to be Marvel movies. What are they? Are they finally going to make Blade happen? Probably not. You know, is one of them X-Men already? Like, what exactly is it going to be? And this, I believe, is one of them. And so they've axed the Marvel thing, whatever it would have been. I don't even think they knew. And 23rd of July, 2027, instead of a Marvel movie, you're going to get The Simpsons. And I think there was also a lot of thinking that if The Simpsons ever finally made its movie sequel, it would have been Disney Plus and not big screen. But they're not only making a big screen, they've got a lot of fanfare around just the announcement of it.
Yeah.
So they're putting a lot of eggs all of a sudden in this basket and expecting it to really perform. And of course, the first one did quite well, but it was 20 years ago. So let's take a look at this article and see if it includes anything I didn't just mention. This is from theguardian.com. Woohoo! The Simpsons movie returns for sequel after 2 decades. That is true. The sequel's film was confirmed on Monday by 20th Century Studios with a release date set for the 23rd of July, 2027. The film poster was shared on Instagram with a picture of a donut being grabbed and a tagline that read, "Homer's coming back for seconds." For some reason, they didn't include that.
You have to press allow and continue.
Oh, you do, because it's Instagram. Oh, thank you. Luckily, my son knows how to use websites. Yeah. Apparently, I do not. So Homer's coming back for seconds. Cute, simple poster. I think it's clever, Jason, to have a like donut smear with an actual donut as the way that you're demonstrating, you know, 2. Like, that's kind of a fun way to do 2.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like you got a donut, but
then it has a lot of 2s on it.
We've left the last one behind. We're now doing a second one, and the donut's got a lot of 2s on it. Yeah, it's pretty good. We all know that Matt Groening created The Simpsons, folks. So the cartoon has aired for 37 seasons. It's been renewed through to season 40. So no signs of stopping yet.
Oh my god.
But we live in the silly, insane future where The Simpsons couldn't be canceled in 40 years. And the discussion has been from the producers of that show that the show, and I think from Groening himself, that they're not going to seriously consider canceling the show until one of the leads has passed away. And it's sad that we have to talk about this now, but it has gone so long now that some of these actors are in their 70s at this point.
Yeah.
The actress who plays Marge, I think, is 75.
Yeah.
And I saw a video the other day about how her voice has really waned and how strange it sounds now.
Yeah.
And obviously nothing against her, and it was, and she's doing the best she can, but I forget what channel that was, but it was a it was really sensitive, thoughtful video. Like, it wasn't crass about it at all. It brought up something I hadn't thought of before, which is the kind of warbly thing, the kind of like a gravelly thing that she does with her voice.
Yeah.
Being in the booth as much as she is doing that has probably affected her actual speaking voice.
Yeah.
And I never had that thought before.
Yeah.
But part of the reason that she sounds like that now is because she's been doing that voice all this time. And so even just her regular speaking voice is probably kind of messed up now, or is altered, is different than it would be. I digress. The Simpsons movie, which was released in July 2007, saw Homer accidentally pollute Springfield's water supply. We know the plot of the Simpsons movie. The film, which made more than $500 million at the global box office, ended with the mostly silent baby Maggie saying sequel at the end of the credits. In 2014, Simpsons executive producer James L. Brooks revealed he had been approached by Fox to make the sequel, but in 24, and they were talking about it even before that, but in 2024, Simpsons writer and executive producer Al Jean said there have been no formal talks or script development, saying discussions for a sequel were stalled due to COVID-19, which really makes you wonder how much Marvel has to do with this. Like, Marvel actually could have a lot more to do with this even than I was thinking.
Yeah.
Where Disney goes, I mean, we need more stuff that's likely to actually do well at the box office, and Marvel and Star Wars just aren't doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Gene said Disney was watching to see how Inside Out 2 performed in cinemas after several Disney animated films bombed at the box office, adding, I want to see the animation business completely return to what it was before the pandemic. Well, you're going to have to make a lot of changes then if you're going to do that. And then, if that was the case, it would make sense to do The Simpsons theatrically. Okay, that makes sense. Inside Out 2 took $1.6 billion. Did you know that?
Yeah.
That movie was just ridiculous. It was gigantic. I still haven't seen it. My kids have seen it.
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen it,
but I've not watched it yet.
Some of your kids have seen it, I guess.
Yeah, your mom's watched part of it, and she thought it was all right, and briefly became the highest-grossing animated film of all time until it was surpassed by. What is that?
What is that?
Okay, so there's this movie that made a ton of money that I've never heard of. What?
What is that?
Niza 2. Okay.
Huh.
I just
the highest grossing animated film ever.
Yeah, what?
Why did I?
Oh, so is this a Chinese movie? Like, did we get it? You ever feel like
we'd have to?
You ever feel like you were put in cryogenic stasis or launched out into space for 10 years, and then you come back and you find out what's been going on since you left? Like, I didn't know about any of this.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. All right, no plot details have been announced yet. Of course, The Simpsons is the longest-running animated and scripted primetime U.S. TV show of all time, with almost 800 episodes airing over 36 years. Yep, we know that. Okay, so, Jason, why am I more excited about this than you are? So the first thing I'll say is, yes, Disney has put out a lot of bombs and made a lot of really awful creative decisions and a lot of tactical errors with especially a lot of legacy stuff. But with the exception of maybe some things they brought over for the MCU, they've had an okay track record with stuff that specifically is Fox. Like, 20th Century Studios, it seems like, has been more or less operating like I was hoping it would, like its own entity, kind of. Some of their stuff have been these really weird anomalies where, like, we don't even think about the Alien and Predator stuff they've been doing as Disney projects because they haven't had the same kind of, they haven't made the same kind of mistakes. They've taken some of the more of the right kind of risks. They've been for more adult audiences. They haven't been alienating people. They don't seem preachy and pandery. And so, even though I don't love that Disney owns this property, and it's annoying that they do like Star Wars specials and Marvel specials and like a lot of this sort of least common denominator and what's the one I'm looking for? Just like easy cash grab stuff. I don't like that they do that stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't operate like a Disney thing as much as their Star Wars stuff and their Marvel stuff and Pixar and things like that. And so I think there's reason to have a lot of hope that just because Disney owns it, it won't be that far away from what that first movie was 20 years ago. And insane that it's been 20 years. I don't know how it's been that long at this point. It was 3 years before you were born. I mean, it's just absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
But that's why I've got hope in it, and we don't know this for sure, but the assumption a lot of fans are making, and I think this is a fair assumption, is that just like with the first movie, a lot of the old guard will come back to work on it.
Mm.
And so if it's a lot of the same team that made the first movie, it's in good hands.
Sure. I just don't want any more Simpsons. I'm kind of done with Simpsons. Honestly, like, that's my big thing with it, is just...
Oh, okay.
I saw this and I'm like, God, more Simpsons? Like, it's not even, oh yeah, like, I like that movie. Of all things, I don't think that needs a sequel.
So this is going to sound like an odd thing to say, but they're not different entities, but I almost look at them like that, where I'm done with Simpsons on TV. I also haven't been watching it. It's easy to ignore. I would like one more Simpsons movie because that was great, and there's other really fun things you could do on the big screen with it, and the animation was just spectacular. Mm-hmm. And it was kind of promised to us. That's part of it, too, is that the movie itself was like, we're going to make a sequel. It had the chalkboard gag. I put it in the thumbnail that has Bart saying, I won't wait 20 years to make another movie. And it will have been exactly 20 years, and that's perfect. Yeah. Like, it's so great that the subversive thing that it does, the, like, Bart Simpson, kid rebellion thing is, it said it wouldn't be 20 years, and it's 20 years, but then you still get it. Mm-hmm. I think that's great. Some of it is the timing of it. Like, if they were going to wait this long, it's great that it's coming out on the 20th anniversary of that movie.
Yeah.
Like, that's really neat. Mm-hmm. I need it to do two things, and one of them it won't do.
Okay.
Which is unfortunate. But the first thing is, I need it to be a stark contrast to that first movie. I want it to go bigger. That first movie was very, in its way, kind of brass tacks what's great about The Simpsons. And a lot of it, of course, is Springfield. And I mean, like, they leave Springfield and it gets stuck in a dome and all of that. But I want it to be the antithesis of the dome. I want them to spread their wings and go other places and get real big and wild and crazy with it. Mm-hmm. I think this is the place for Homer to, like, go back to space again for some reason. Do those kinds of wild things. Or even straight up do... This won't be what it is, probably, but even straight up do like a Treehouse of Horror movie.
That's what I was thinking, was Treehouse of Horror movie.
Find some excuse to get more supernatural with it. That would excite me.
Also,
if they did that sort of thing.
I think it would be cool to just have a Treehouse of Horror segment.
Just in the middle of the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
some sort of dream sequence or something.
No, that would be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then the thing I really wish it would do that it won't is, and to your point earlier, this should be the last thing they do.
Yeah.
This should be a big celebration of the franchise. Bring back Groening, Algene, etc., the old guard. They make one big last reunion thing. And that's what a lot of people wanted the 07 movie to be. And of course, here we are 20 years later. They've made 20 more seasons. Like, we've almost doubled the episode count since that movie.
Yeah.
It would be great if this was finally the last thing. And if it isn't, they need to be so careful about how they end that show.
Yeah.
They need some kind of just spectacular send-off. And I'm worried that it won't have it because they're going to wait around until one of their main cast passes away.
Yeah.
And then they'll just cancel it.
Yeah.
Or they'll do a really sad funeral episode for the last thing they make. They'll be like Marge has passed away, or God forbid, like Lisa or Bart has passed away. Like, could you imagine that? Could you imagine? And I don't mean to get morbid about it, but could you imagine if the last episode of The Simpsons was one of the kids has died?
Oh man.
And we can't make any more Simpsons because we lost one of the children?
Yeah, no, I think what
They need to
should
not.
do.
They need to not do that. They they need to not do that certainly, but they need to not wait until somebody dies. They need to end it because inevitably that's going to happen within probably the next 5 or 10 years.
Well, what they need to do is make the...
Again, I don't mean to be morbid. Hopefully, nobody passes within the next decade, but like you got to start planning for that. Like it's like anybody. Like everybody should have a will, but especially when you get a lot older, you really need a will, and you need to have a plan for your family. And the Simpsons needs to have that.
Well, what they need is
John Kelling said Maggie's voice actor passed away, which I didn't realize. But
I thought that was a joke.
Was that a joke? Was that a joke?
I thought that was a joke, but
well, I thought they just every now and again had her say a thing. Is it just that in the movie?
I thought,
because I mean I knew it was a joke that she never speaks, but I thought maybe since then they've had her do that. I don't. It's been 20 years. I've been watching it.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't know for sure if that was a joke.
I think what they need to do is they need to make an episode where Homer passes away, and then just save that, and then
oh wow,
just that's the one who goes, and then when one of them passes away, then they put that episode.
That's how they do it?
Yeah, and then they...
I don't know if you'd want your last episode to be somebody died, so we can't do any more of the show.
Yeah,
You think it should end on a funeral?
Like, make it funny somehow, but...
Nicholas Bodo, I agree, Kane Kodo should be the main antagonist, or Mr. Burns. Yeah, Mr. Burns got, like, nothing to do in the last movie, so it would be cool if it was a big, exciting Burns plot, but I would much prefer Kane and Kodos. I really want a big sci-fi epic thing. And you might say, well, then just make a Futurama movie.
Yeah.
But I'm also... But I also like that when we do that stuff in The Simpsons, so...
Yeah.
I gotta fix this light. I think this light's going out. It started.
Yeah, it was like. Well, I don't know if it was just me, but it got like super bright.
Austin James Earl Jones is also a Maggie voice actor. Oh, I forgot about that.
Wait, really?
Yeah, there's an episode where that happens. I forgot about that.
Oh, what?
Omari Daniels, they already did a Simpsons Family Guy crossover. Yeah, that was not good. Just go all out and make a Simpsons movie crossover with Family Guy and Futurama. See, I don't want that. I would be okay with a Simpsons Futurama crossover if it was handled right. Like, that on the big screen could be really cool, but their episode was not very good.
Yeah.
But that's already been done exceedingly well in comics. And if you could translate what was great about that to the big screen, I'd be all for it.
Yeah.
But I don't trust it.
I also don't know if anyone would see that. Like, I
yeah,
feel like more people would see Simpsons 2 than
No,
Simpsons
you're right.
Futurama.
That sounds harder to make for no good reason because it probably wouldn't bring in the box office.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's a great point. So do you have any other reservations about it? I mean, is it just it's been time to put that to bed, so you really just don't even want... Or were you worried about Disney?
I'm just worried about...
Because I got kind of ahead of that criticism before you even made it, but I figured that's what you're thinking.
No, I'm honestly just done with New Simpsons. Like, New Simpsons kind of sucks.
Sure.
And it has, like, since that movie.
Well, it really did before that. There's actually been more decent stuff since that movie.
Yeah.
Some stuff I've seen, but...
I don't have high hopes for it. I need to see a trailer.
Yeah,
you know
sure.
what I mean?
Sure.
Like,
well, I'm really curious about what the premise is going to be.
Yeah.
I feel like it's got to be darker.
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously, you still want it to be fun.
Yeah.
But I feel like whatever they make should make that first movie... And you could go too big, certainly. But I feel like whatever they make should make that first movie feel quaint in comparison.
Mm-hmm.
This is a place where I kind of want it to go bigger. Even if that's the obvious thing to do.
And how much of it is a sequel to that? And how much of it is just
everybody's speculating about that
movie?
I think it's got to acknowledge it, but I wouldn't want it to be a direct sequel in that we've got to keep referencing it. We got to do Spider Pig stuff, and we got to do something related to the dome and the guy that made the dome and all of that. I mean, I think he gets crushed at the end, but like,
yeah.
I also think you could do a lot more like show mythology stuff.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't want it to be just member berries, obviously.
Right.
But there's obviously so much fun stuff in that show that you could branch out into a story that we maybe haven't seen in a long time. Omari Daniels, Spider People will be in the sequel. See, I don't know that, though, because I feel like the conventional wisdom on the producer's part might be whatever we do, we want it to be another movie, but not a sequel to that movie. Like, too much of a sequel.
I think...
Even though she says sequel, like, I get that, but all that has to mean is they make another one. Like...
Yeah.
Story-wise, it doesn't have to be a sequel to that movie.
I agree. I think plot-wise, it needs to have nothing to do with that. With, like, the dome and stuff.
Yeah. That's what I think. All right, well, we've got a few minutes before the break. I want to bring up something that Austin sent me this week because I thought it was hilarious. This is from the Nolan Archive on Twitter. I'm not going to pull this up on the screen. I'll just read it. This says... So, this is one of those tweets where I don't have a whole article, so I'm admittedly reading this completely out of context. I don't know where this interview was. I don't have anything around it. So it's possible that Nolan has comments around this quote that make this quote sound less ridiculous than it does. But I want to read it because it's amazing. Mm-hmm. Are you ready? And I would be surprised if more context would make this less embarrassing.
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan thinks Zack Snyder's Watchmen was ahead of its time. Mm. And here's why. Now, what do you think Nolan's reasoning for saying that would be? And that, on its face, not a ridiculous statement.
No.
What is ahead of its time about the Watchmen movie? This is relevant to the channel because we just reviewed this. We had a whole Watchmen week 2 weeks ago.
It it pulls direct panels from the comics. It looks like a comic book.
Yeah.
Slow motion. I don't know.
No, those first two things you said would have been perfectly reasonable for him to bring up. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That we hadn't had a lot of direct adaptation straight from panel to screen.
Yeah.
Here's what he said instead.
Okay.
The idea of a superhero team, which it so brilliantly subverts, wasn't yet a thing in movies.
The idea of a superhero team.
It would have been fascinating to see it released post-Avengers.
Uh-huh.
I'll read it again.
Yeah,
the idea of a superhero team
hadn't been a thing.
Which it so brilliantly subverts wasn't yet a thing in movies.
Okay, first off, it's been a minute, but Watchmen doesn't do the superhero team, a lot.
Well, no, but his point is, I don't want to get in the weeds with that. Like, that's but that would be praising the book more than the movie, and it's obvious that he doesn't know a lot about comics, of course, because you're giving Snyder credit for what Alan Moore did. You can say, yes, that is, because the whole thing is deconstruction. It's deconstruction of superheroes on every level, including the superhero team, sure.
Yes.
Because you had the Minutemen. I mean, you've even got... breaking down the teams over generations, right? Like, you've got your 40s team, like a Justice Society or something, and then bad things happen to all of them later, and then there's or to a lot of them, and then there's an attempt at a new version for a second generation that falls apart, right? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, sure, subverts the superhero team. Absolutely, sure. What year does Watchmen come out?
I was gonna ask. That's 2009, right?
Watchmen comes out in 2009.
Yeah. So you have already had a full X-Men trilogy.
Yep.
And two Fantastic Four films.
Yep. And then outside of that, you've had Mystery Men.
Yep.
Yes, there have been superhero teams at this point.
Yeah. And X-Men is classic, and Fantastic Four is like classic superhero team movie.
And arguably, most of, besides the Avengers, which he mentions,
Yes.
which he thinks is the first superhero team, apparently, you can infer that from the way he said his comment, right? Arguably, most of the superhero team movies after that, with the exception maybe of other X-Men movies, arguably, are in and of themselves deconstructions and subversions of superhero teams.
Yeah.
Because you have a lot of anti-hero teams. You have that with Guardians, you have that with the Suicide Squad twice. And so, not only have you had superhero teams already, but just after the Avengers, we've done enough of it that we're already naturally trying to get away from that formula and try other things with it.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
This is Christopher Nolan?
Christopher Nolan said this.
I want to find where this is from.
He's like, I want to find him. I want to find Christopher Nolan. So, I want to set him down and set him straight. So, if Nolan... Now, he might just be... in the moment, like he's not a big superhero movie guy. He hardly thinks of his Batman movies as superhero movies. That's part of what made them great, is that he wasn't approaching it that way. In my opinion, a lot of people's opinions. So I don't want to give the guy crap for not knowing the superhero genre that much, because you can argue, well, he doesn't know his own genre, but he was making, in his mind, James Bond movies utilizing Batman. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what he was doing. His genre was crime thriller.
Yeah.
And espionage. That was his genre. His genre was not superhero movie, right? Mm-hmm. But the big team movies that came out before that are real common knowledge.
Yeah.
Which makes that still kind of an embarrassing thing to say. And if only he had said, because I don't know what that was in response to, but if only he had said, I'm, like what I just said, I don't really think of my movies as superhero movies. Mm-hmm. I think if Nolan knows that little, just be self-aware, if Nolan knows that little about superhero movies, every time he talks about another superhero movie, he should always quantify it by saying, now take this with a grain of salt, I don't watch these things.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the wildest thing I've heard anybody say in a while.
Yeah.
There were no superhero team movies before the Avengers, before Watchmen.
Okay, I found the interview, so I'm gonna have to send this to you.
Okay, cool. Can you find the context very quickly, or
probably not very quickly?
Anything around it? Is it a pretty lengthy interview?
It is, yeah.
Okay. We'll take a look at it. I maybe should have done that before the show, but I just noticed we had a little time, and I was like, I could bring that up.
Yeah. That's really weird.
I know, it's really weird. Okay, John Kelling, hell, Rise of the Silver Surfer came out in between Begins and The Dark Knight. I know. Nicholas Bodo says, this sounds like AI. We're going to go ahead and go to break, and when we come back, Jason has a fun segment for us. He's going to do some kind of trivia quiz. I don't know what it's about yet, but he's going to... Is this one for me again? You're going to make me answer some questions? Okay, I'm excited to find out both what I got to answer questions about and how poorly I will do on this quiz. Mm-hmm. I'm never going to pass this class. Anyway.
This one's easier.
Oh, good. I'm excited. But see, you say that, and then watch me crash and burn anyway.
It's easier than the last one.
It's so much worse when I get them wrong after you say that.
But, I mean, the last one was I went back to the last one, I'm like, what?
What was I thinking?
That's hard.
All right, we're going to go to break. Pardon me, we'll be back in about 4 minutes. See you real soon.
Of playtime.
And we're back. All right, Jason has done a little bit of research.
Yeah, I did.
Looking at that Christopher Nolan interview,
Yep.
and he's going to give us a little bit of the context. He hasn't told me about this yet, about what this is yet, surrounding the quote that we just read. So I'll read the quote again in case you missed it.
Yep.
In case you missed it. So what Christopher Nolan said about Watchmen being ahead of its time, the film. He said, the idea of a superhero team which it so brilliantly subverts wasn't yet a thing in movies. It would have been fascinating to see it released post-Avengers.
Yes. Okay, so I found the original...
He thinks there are no superhero team movies before 2009, and possibly even before 2012.
Yeah. So I don't want to say it gets worse, but it does not get better. So this
does
comes
the interviewer
from...
correct him?
No.
Oh my god.
It's not an interview.
Oh, it's not.
No.
Oh, what is it?
So this comes from a Hollywood...
I was just making an assumption.
Yeah. This comes from a Hollywood Reporter page. Which is a huge breakdown on Zack Snyder's whole career.
Oh, okay. Just in superheroes or everything?
Everything.
Okay.
Like when Rebel Moon came out.
So is it a bunch of different people talking about it?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But
I'd love to see Nolan talk about Sucker Punch.
But this is just from an email that he sent.
Oh.
And this is all he said. Like, he didn't say anything else at all. He wrote it. He didn't even say... He wrote it.
That was the email.
That was the email.
That was the extent of what he decided to contribute to praise Zack Snyder for Watchmen.
Yeah.
So all he could... So that sounds like he's trying to be charitable. All he can think of to say is it's great because it pioneered team movies and it didn't.
Yep.
Are you serious?
Yep. That wasn't
So
even...
wait, the extra context you found was that there's no more context?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
They were basically just like, oh yeah, Snyder has said that Nolan is his like best buddy, so let's ask him about Watchmen, and then that's what he said.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy you looked that up. That's
Yeah.
amazing. All right, we're going to get into the Geekvolution Next Generation segment.
Yeah.
And Jason has another quiz. Jason, what is the quiz going to be about, and how many questions is it this time, sir?
Okay, it's 10 questions.
Okay.
And it is superhero trivia, part 3 or something.
Oh, cool. Awesome. So it could be anything or just screen?
Anything. Anything superhero.
Question 1. What was the first team movie? I know this! It was Watchmen!
Yeah. All right, you ready?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Number 1.
You know what I like about the segue with this?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll do better than Nolan would have.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right, number 1. Name 3 psychics in the X-Men universe.
Psychics.
Psychics.
Professor X, Jean Grey, and Cassandra Nova.
There you go. Okay. Good job. Number 2. What was the name of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 87 show in the UK?
Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles.
Good job.
Hero Turtles.
See, it starts pretty easy.
It does, yeah. We'll see if it ramps up a little bit. Suck on that, Christopher Nolan. I bet you didn't know that. Well, he is British. Maybe he did know that.
What was the original name for the Daily Planet?
John Kelling, actually, the first team movie was The Incredibles. I guess technically that's probably true. Were there any superhero team movies before that? Because that would have been what?
The Incredibles? Incredibles is like 08.
No, it's not.
Is it not?
No. Well, actually, I don't know if it predates X-Men, though. Because
No.
I thought that was...
X-Men is 2000.
The X-Men's 2000, yeah. Is Incredibles... See, when he said that, I thought, well, he must know what he's talking about. Maybe Incredibles is 99, but I don't even think it's that early. I think Incredibles is 2000 or...
It's
Well,
after
let's
Monsters,
see.
Inc., which is 03.
No, Incredibles
2004.
is 04.
Okay.
Guys, yeah, no. What are we talking about?
Interesting.
Yeah, X-Men's 2000. And Mystery Men is before that.
Yeah.
So, isn't Mystery Men like 99
Something like that.
or something?
All right, number 3. What was the original name for the Daily Planet?
Well, yeah, there's Roger Corman Fantastic Four.
Well,
That was 94.
Yeah.
So that had actually been released. That would have been the first Team movie.
Yeah.
Right? Unless there's some, like, jokey thing I'm not thinking about from the 80s or something. But John Kelling X-Men doesn't count according to Nolan. Oh, well, screw off then, because it does. So, I don't know. We're not forgetting Mystery Men. We've talked about Mystery Men. But even if you discounted X-Men, there's still a couple of other things. He's like, oh, well, what, does Fantastic Four not count? Like, anyway, X-Men doesn't count according to Nolan. If he said that anywhere, I'm going to get out of here.
No, I think he's making a joke, because Watchmen is the first movie.
Yeah, but I could see him coming up with some reason to say that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Let's get back into your quiz.
Do you remember what the question
No,
was?
I have no idea. I didn't hear the question.
Well,
I heard you said a question, but I don't know what it was.
What was the original name for the Daily Planet?
The Daily Star.
Yeah, good job. Choriki Sentai O-Ranger was adapted into what Power Ranger series?
Oh, holy crap. Say it again. Say it again.
Choriki Sentai O-Ranger.
O-Ranger. I'm bad at these. I'm real bad at these. That one's not space, is it?
No.
No.
That's Mega
Is it Dino Thunder?
No.
Okay, I don't know.
It's Zeo.
That one's Zeo? Okay. I need to learn those names. I don't know a lot of them. Yeah. I should have guessed that, though, because it's got an O in it, and it's got the shape thing.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So you got me on that one.
All right. Spawn was a playable character in the Xbox version of what 2003 fighting game?
Soul Calibur.
Soul
Calibur 2.
Yeah, good job. Who was the first villain in Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery?
The first villain?
Yeah.
In Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I mean, I've read those early issues, and I had a series on it with Dan for a while, but it's been so long. I'm afraid I'm going to screw this up. Sorry, I'm gonna second guess this. I don't want to get this wrong. I'm gonna feel like such an idiot when I get this wrong. I'm pretty sure it's not Doc Ock. Is it the Lizard?
No.
Dang it.
Do you want me to tell you?
It's not Mysterio. Okay, he's early, but it's not Mysterio. It's not Vulture. Is it Chameleon?
It is Chameleon.
Oh, man. Okay.
Oh, I'll give that to you.
Third time's
Third
the charm.
time, yeah.
I knew he was early, too, but I was mixing up a few.
All right, number 7. This is going by quick, so that's good.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right, number 7. The Riddler was usually played by...
Oh, John Kelling said Chameleon, too.
Yeah. The Riddler was usually played by Frank Gorshin.
Oh, no.
Portrayed
Don't
by
do
a
this.
different actor during season 2. What was the name of this actor?
I know it. And it's, I believe, the actor who played Gomez in The Addams Family.
Mm-hmm.
Aston. I can't think of his first name. I just can't think of it.
John Aston.
John Aston.
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
You got
Thanks.
that.
Thank you.
All right.
I don't know why I couldn't come up with his first name, but I was right there. That episode is weird because he comes in, he's doing a completely different thing. It's just not the Riddler, and like, how do you match up to Gorshin? But like, you know, there was already precedent where you had different performers doing totally different things with villains.
Yeah.
But what Gorshin did with it was so specific and distinct, and had made multiple appearances.
Yeah.
That it was very weird to just suddenly have a different version. That wasn't really bringing anything over the top to it. He kind of genericified it. But he had the best villain lair. He had the best Riddler lair they ever had. And it was really sad. Anyway, go ahead.
Killer Moth Returns said Greg Fortune.
Nope, that's not his name.
Number 8.
Wheel of Fortune.
Number 8. The first Superhero Rewind was a review of Superman Doomsday.
That's true.
What was Captain Logan's score for this movie?
I gave it a 1.5.
You did not.
Oh,
You gave
man.
it a 2.
I gave it a 2?
Yeah.
I was charitable. And maybe I gave it a 1.5 the second time.
Might have, yeah.
Because I gave it an extended...
I was talking about the original.
No,
yeah.
I know. I thought that's what I gave it back then.
Yeah.
That was a great question. Thanks, man.
Number 9. You're gonna hate me for this.
Oh, no.
What is the real name of the Penny Plunderer?
The Penny Plunderer?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what that is.
Oh, that's...
The hell is that?
That's the Batman villain where he gets his giant penny from.
Oh, yeah. I forgot there was a... I have no idea.
That's Joe Coyne.
Joe Coyne?
Yes.
Wait, Batman got the giant penny from a guy named Joe Coyne?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic. No, growing up, I always mistakenly thought that it came from Two-Face. Mm-hmm. And that's partly because sometimes when we adapt it, we do that with it. We did that in animated series. I'm pretty sure, and we did it in Brave and the Bold, maybe. Like there's various places where the giant penny comes from Two-Face, which is always weird because it's like, well, why does he have a giant penny when like he flips a $50?
Yeah.
Well, I guess the reason he's got a giant penny is because that was already iconic, but then they gave it to Two-Face. That explains everything.
Mm-hmm.
The Penny Plunderer.
Yeah.
What a stupid slight villain, too. Like, why would Batman waste his time on a guy who just steals frickin' pennies?
Yeah.
That's so stupid. So, here's my whole plot, you guys. I'm going to break into banks. I'm going to steal just the pennies. And I'm going to do it with a giant one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's how I'm going to amass my fortune. My fortune. That's how I'm going to amass my fortune.
Joe Coyne. All right.
Joe Coyne.
Last.
And then if I was going to go back and do a story with him,
yeah,
I would make that another Joker alias.
Yeah.
I would say Joe Coyne was actually the Joker in disguise, just screwing with people, pretending to be the slightest villain you could think of.
Yes.
I steal pennies.
Mm-hmm.
I steal pennies on the dollar. John, I just came in here, Cap say he's going to break into a bank. Now, I was talking in the guise
of Joe Coyne.
Joe Coyne. John, you shouldn't tell people your plans, Cap. Joe. Oh, and wait, you didn't tell me what the spelling was. Coyne.
Yeah.
Joe Coyne.
Yeah.
That's spectacular.
All right, number 10.
I didn't even care that I didn't know it.
Well, because I didn't know that you didn't know what the penny plunderer
I didn't know about
was.
the penny plunderer. This is where trivia is more of a teaching tool, really.
Right.
All right, go ahead.
Remember that time where I did, like, video game trivia, and it basically just became Name the Fact? It's just like, hey, here's some facts. All right, number 10, your last question.
All right, here we go. How many have I gotten wrong?
You've gotten
just a couple? Wait, I missed 2?
2.
Well, it depends on if you want to give me Chameleon. I wouldn't give me Chameleon because I guessed 2 things.
And you didn't get John Aston's full name.
Yeah, you got to give me that one.
I'm giving you that one. So 3.
Look, I would have gotten that right under Jeopardy rules.
Yeah.
Jeopardy rules, you can throw out the last name and it counts.
Yeah.
So you can't be stricter than Alex Trebek, okay? Give me a second. I'm losing my voice here. Go ahead.
Oh, no. Number 10. Oh, no.
Goofster, Matt Reeves said the Batman 2's villain hasn't been seen on screen before. Must be Joe Coyne.
Joe Coyne, the penny plunderer, yeah.
That is my new... that's going to be my new favorite Batman villain.
Yeah.
Next to Clock King, where I'm going to want him in everything.
Yeah.
Who do you really want to see for this new Batman thing, Cap? Well, you know what I'm going to say. Obviously, Batman's slightest villain, the Penny Plunderer.
All right, number 10, your last question. Let's see if you know this.
Do you think the Penny Plunderer ever broke into Wayne Manor just to beat up Alfred Pennyworth?
That's hilarious. I didn't think about it.
I just had that thought.
Yeah.
The Pennyworth Plunderer. And he just stole his pennies?
Yeah. Oh, man.
And then he finds the secret entrance to the Batcave and he goes, "That's that's where he took it. That's where the thing...
No, apparently...
he finds the Batcave on accident because he's looking for Pennyworth just because his name has Penny in it, and then he finds his giant penny.
No, I don't know if you knew this.
Uh-oh.
Do you know how the Penny Plunderer dies?
No.
He gets crushed by the giant penny.
And then Batman keeps it as a trophy?
Yeah.
Oh my god. This is the thing that I crushed the villain with that one time. I smashed him.
Yeah.
Did he die in his first encounter?
No.
No.
No, a little late. I think actually he might have...
So did he not have the giant penny the first time we see him?
I don't think so. I think maybe Batman gets the giant penny and then the
Have
Penny
you just
Plunderer
read
gets
everything there is to read about the Penny Plunderer?
I know.
Did you go down a rabbit hole?
I did kind of go down a rabbit hole with the Penny Plunderer, but...
Killer Moth, more like Alfred Pennyworth. Am I right?
All right, last question, number 10.
All right.
David Evans, also known as The Edge, who is the lead guitarist of U2.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
Wrote a theme song for what superhero TV show?
The Edge wrote... Yeah. I feel like I knew this like 5 minutes ago. It's not Brave and the Bold, or not Brave and the Bold. It's not the Batman. Is it the Batman?
It is the Batman.
Maybe it's the Batman.
It is the Batman.
Cool.
Good job. The Batman.
Yay.
Good job.
Yeah, Penny Plunderer, one of the only Bat villains to get the death penalty.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I loved that.
Yeah.
That was wonderful. I did not expect this to turn into 10 minutes on the origin of the giant penny in the Batcave.
Yeah.
Nor did I not realize I know nothing about that.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you for that history lesson.
Oh, man, the Penny Plunderer.
The Penny Plunderer. What does he look like? Does he have a costume?
No, I just
a guy in a hat?
This one image. I don't know if I can.
Pennies! Yeah, I don't know if we can show this.
Man, I don't know if we can show it.
Oh my god, pennies! Pennies! So good.
Oh man.
All right, guys, we're gonna open up now for Q&A. We'll talk to you for half an hour or so about anything you guys want to talk about. And if there aren't any takers, don't have a lot of questions, we'll just go right on to our last segment for this evening. I got kind of a smaller crowd tonight, but thank you guys for showing up, everybody that's here. And you can leave, as always, super chat in any dollar amount, and we will definitely talk about whatever those things are. And if we have any takers tonight, top super chatter gets a personal video message from me and Jason together about anything you want us to talk about, or we'll come up with something on our own. We'll just talk to you. It'll be basically like a cameo. Mm-hmm. And you can send us an email. I'll put my email address in the comments if we get anybody, and we will respond to that. Mm-hmm. But anyway.
All right, here's a question.
He's got a question, folks.
From Noel Anderson.
Hi.
What is your favorite Simpsons episode?
So I'm rusty. It's been a little while, and if I go back to the season overviews that Austin and I have done already, I will probably find some episodes that I've just kind of forgotten about that I loved when we did those. But I've always, and I've talked about this before, but I've always been really partial to the Treehouse of Horror that has the Poltergeist segment. Mm-hmm. That's a big one. But as far as regular Simpsons episodes,
it's the comic book one, right?
That one's way up there, certainly.
Because for me, it's the Barbershop Quartet.
Well, I was gonna say that one's up there too.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that one too.
Yeah.
And I also really like the I think it's like second season, the episode with Lisa and the saxophone player.
Yeah. He's my favorite character.
He's really great.
In all of Simpsons.
Is he?
Yeah. I like him.
Well, there are some episodes that we like a lot.
Yeah.
Any other questions that you see?
I'm sorry. I'm not understanding this question.
Well, read it. And we'll try. We'll do our best.
I'll read it.
I just bit my face.
This is your face.
Don't you hate when that happens? Well, not my face. The inside of my face.
Oh.
I just remember the thickness is
my
the same
entire
on the inside as it is on the outside.
All right. This is from Cinematographics.
Skin thickness is the anyway.
Cinematographics says Cap.
Hi.
That's what I said. No. Cap. Between the MCU raft.
Bleeding Gums Murphy. Thank you.
Yes, Bleeding Gums Murphy. Between the MCU raft, the Negative Zone prison, and the Pocket Universe, which triple max slam is the most inhumane to you?
Well, I mean, they all suck, I
Yeah.
guess.
What is the MCU raft?
What is the Pocket Universe? Well, the raft comes up all the time. The last time we saw it, I guess, was in Cap 4.
Okay.
Because they put Thunderbolt Ross on it.
Why am I not remembering?
But that's not, I guess, as inhumane as some other things. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm not sure what he means by the Pocket Universe.
No, I think he's talking about Superman.
Oh, that Pocket Universe. Okay. Yeah, probably Negative Zone.
Yeah.
Pocket Universe would be a real close second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Pocket Universe seems pretty easy to get out of. I mean, like, yeah, there's a black hole, but it seemed really easy. I don't know.
I mean, I still say that's basically just like being imprisoned by the Collector in Guardians. Like, that really felt like that again.
Yeah.
Where Lex is just collecting people.
Mm-hmm.
Slipmaker has a question.
Yeah, Slipmaker says, Jason, hi. As a fan of the Fallout show, any interest in the haunted houses themed to the series at Universal Studios this Halloween? I mean, it would be awesome to go. I'm not gonna be able. I mean, that's in like.
Yeah, we're not going to
that's
Universal
this
Studios in the
month.
middle of October. But,
Yeah.
which kind of sucks because we're probably going to go there in the summer.
In the summer, yeah.
Or we could go there. I don't know which theme park. We're going to be in Florida for a dance competition like we did a few years ago. We went to Universal when we did that.
I do want to go back.
And so we're talking about going back to Universal, but there's other things we could do. Mm-hmm. Is that where the new Mario theme park is, or is that even a different place?
Well, it is
Didn't they get
Universal,
it?
but I don't know if Florida got it.
Oh, maybe Florida didn't.
I don't know if Florida's got it yet.
Okay.
I know California has it, but I haven't kept up with it.
Yeah, so we haven't decided where we're going yet.
Yeah.
But it won't matter because we won't be able to do the Halloween thing they're doing.
Yeah.
In July.
I mean, that's pretty cool. Like,
no, that's awesome.
Fallout Haunted House is insane.
I am talking about taking Jason to Kansas City Haunted Houses this year.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can get him to go. It's a lot of fun.
And yeah, isn't there a state with like 1,000 places that New Vegas is based around?
Killer Moth. Why am I not remembering? Because it was Captain America 4. No one is remembering that one, Jason.
Yeah.
You know what the best thing about Captain America 4 is? That they changed the world, the name to Brave New World away from a kick-ass cool-sounding name.
Yeah.
Because if that lame-ass movie was called New World Order, it's a worse movie.
Yeah.
Somehow it's even worse if it has that title.
Mm-hmm.
New World Order, shut up. You had the lamest, most dull villain plot.
Yeah.
And obviously, neither of these things is accurate, because what it really should have been called is Incredible Hulk 2.
Yeah. No, it should have just been called The Incredible 2.
John Kelling says, yes, Orlando has Epic Universe. Is that the Nintendo stuff? He says they got the Mario and Donkey Kong right now. Mario Kart is both coasts. Donkey Kong is Florida only.
Okay,
oh,
okay.
good. So they not only got it, they got the thing I most wanted.
Yeah, which is the dog.
Because I've been wanting to see the Donkey Kong side. That's awesome. Exciting. Okay, so that's the thing I really want to do.
Yeah.
So if we go back, when we go back to Florida, that would be my priority, is to do the Nintendo stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so question for you. I have a question for you.
Jason has a question for me.
Do you have Are you going to be anyone for Halloween this year?
You know, I haven't decided yet. I mean, I usually try to come up with something for the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess we do some trunk or treats with the kids and stuff like that, and we'll trick or treat around the neighborhood. I usually dress up with something I just have already. Like, last few years, I've just put on something I have already.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna splurge and actually get something new.
Mm-hmm.
The big thing I'd like to do, but I don't think I can scrounge it together in time, is I want to put together a Resurrection Man costume.
Yeah.
That's the big one I want to do next time I do a new costume. So, I don't know, maybe next year. I don't know if I'll manage to put that together, but
yeah,
I would like to do that.
I am going to attempt to make a Halloween costume, actually.
Yeah, you want to tell everybody what you're doing?
Yeah, so, not a lot of people will get this, but, what's good is I have a good explanation for people who I can't actually explain it to. I'm going to be a snowman that's on the cover of The Else from They Might Be Giants.
Yeah, nobody's gonna know what that is.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna say I'm a snowman. But
okay.
I don't actually think
no elaboration.
Yeah, I don't actually think it'll be that hard to put together because it's just the mask is just made out of plaster, and so I can just make that and then put felt on it for whatever, and then get a suitcase, and then I'm good. So I think that'll be cool.
Some year I want to do the mask costume.
Yeah.
I think that would be just slick.
Yeah.
But the face is hard.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, like, I'm sure somebody makes a really good rubber mask face, but it would be so cool if you could actually, like, form it to your face and talk through it.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be really neat. Well, anyway, you want to go ahead and launch into our last segment, and then if people want to throw more questions in, they can. Or do we have any more questions that you want to knock out?
No, we're good.
Okay, cool. So last call for questions and super chats. We haven't gotten any yet, so you've got a real good chance at getting a personal message from us. If you want to do that, totally cool if there's no takers tonight. Let's go ahead and do our last segment. I wanted to talk just a little bit about Sonic Racing Crossworlds, which just came out last week. For a couple of reasons. There's been a lot of online talk. I can't even say debate. I feel like it's a little unanimous. There's been a lot of talk about Sonic Crossworlds being as good or better than Mario Kart World. Mm-hmm. And it keeps being framed like a big debate. Like, I keep seeing video after video that's like, you're not even going to believe this hot take I've got. But Mario Racing Crossworlds, better than Mario Kart World. And then all the comments are just, yeah, no, I'm with you. Or, I mean, they're on par. Or, I'm not going to bother with the Switch 2, so I can't compare them. But, like, not a lot of fights breaking out about this. Nobody thinks this is actually a crazy person thing to say. And that's because this game is shockingly good. Yeah. And especially, and I mean, like, Sonic's had decent racing games before. This is as polished and innovative and just really well put together as they've ever been. Like, I like Sonic and Sonic and Sega All-Stars Transformed. All-Star Racing Transformed. It's got some really good track design and stuff.
I like the original, too.
Yeah, the original's good, too. But I always felt like there was a little bit of a lack of polish with those games. There's something graphically that's just a little fuzzy about them. They always look like they kind of have Vaseline on the lens. It's weird.
No, the game that looks like it has Vaseline on the lens is Team Sonic Racing.
That really has that problem. This game is looking harder in my mind at Mario Kart than they ever have, interestingly, and then pushing that formula forward a little bit, or at least tweaking things and adding a couple of cool gimmicks that sets it apart enough from that. So tell me if you agree with this. It's more Mario Kart than these have ever been, but it feels like it has more of its own identity than they've ever had. That's the feeling I've got with it.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. So it's got this neat mechanic, this neat gimmick where the second track is always of a different track. So you start, so they're all 3 laps, and a lot of what people are liking about this game over Mario Kart World is just it's back to the traditional 3-track racer, which is kind of all anybody wants. And so it's more comparable to 8 than it is to World. And I'm not going to say it's better than 8. Part of that's just because it doesn't have as many courses yet. But it's got a good number of courses at launch, certainly. And I'll say real quick, they're going to be supporting this for at least a year with DLC. And some people have complained, oh, there's DLC right away. They've already told you about it. So it's, something you have to unlock under a paywall that should have been there already. Shut up with that, because it's got 24 courses in the first place. I think it's plenty thick enough to justify the initial cost of the game.
And I don't want, I don't know about you, but I don't want, SpongeBob and Minecraft in the base game.
No, I don't want that in the base game. If you want that stuff, it's cool that it's there, I guess. Mm-hmm. And I might buy some of that. Just because I bet the courses are cool, even if they're things I don't care about. Yeah. I'm definitely going to get Mega Man, because that fits really well with this stuff.
Yeah.
And they're going to have some other, actual Sega-related things that I'm going to want. They're teasing Knights on the back of the box. Mm-hmm. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna get Knights as a playable character. Yeah. It'd be pretty crazy if they didn't end up doing that when it's on the back of the box. But anyway, so it is real comparable to Mario Kart 8, but it's got that neat gimmick where you go to a different dimension track in the middle of your 3, which mixes it up and makes it more replayable. Mm-hmm. And it's got kart customization, which you don't have to do every time you come into a race like you do in Mario Kart 8. You're able to lock them in and keep your karts that you've built, and you get to unlock parts and do cosmetic changes, but also a lot of things that actually change the way your kart plays. And I like that feature with it quite a bit. And I like the rival feature a lot, where there's a character that in Grand Prix, and you can turn it on and off, but you can set it up so that it does it by default. So there's a character that you're trying to beat, and you get more points for it, I think. Mm-hmm. The ring system is really good. You have to collect a lot more rings than you do coins in Mario Kart, which is just correct for Sonic. So you'll like that a lot. You'll lose a few of them whenever you run into stuff, and then your top speed is based on how many rings you collect.
Yeah.
But what's your experience with it so far, Jason?
I don't like it as much as you.
I'm kind of obsessed with it right now. I've been playing it every day since it came out, and I don't buy games day one very often. This one, I kept hearing great things. I had to.
So I'm a huge racing game player. I don't know. I really like racing games. Might be my favorite genre of video games, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm a big F-Zero and Mario Kart player.
So you're probably a little more critical than I am.
Yeah. I don't like how turns control at all.
I keep assuming I still just haven't put together my perfect cart for it. I am having that problem a little bit too. So you don't think it turns sharp enough, or what's your issue?
There's
with it?
Not a character that turns that doesn't turn too sharp or not sharp enough.
Is it a character problem or a cart problem?
I don't know, because I've played with quite a bit of a mix of carts and characters.
Yeah.
So I think it's really just and just the way the courses are designed, turns sneak up on you.
That's true. That's true.
You kind of have to drift on every turn, depending on what character you play as. But overall, it's actually a really fun game.
How the drifting works.
Yeah, no, the drifting. It's hard to explain. How it feels in contrast to Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Because they're actually very different feeling games. And you did have the point when we were first playing it, where it felt more like a '90s Sega game.
Well, and
than a Mario Kart game.
that's the big reason I'm falling in love with it. Like, I like how it controls, I guess, more than you do.
Yeah.
But for me, a lot of it is, and this is just a me thing, a personal taste thing, it's just the most pure Sega thing I've played in a long time. It feels like a late 90s Sega arcade thing. Like, it's very arcadey compared to Mario Kart, in all the right ways. Like, that doesn't mean that there's not some depth to the gameplay.
Yeah.
But just the feel and how quick the courses are and how fast everything moves. And also the fact that it really feels like this is the very arcadey thing that I love in a racing game, as opposed to Mario Kart. It feels like it's anybody's game the whole way through.
Yeah.
There's no rubber banding.
Yeah.
I really enjoy that about it. That might be a thing you don't like about it. I don't know.
I don't think it's bad. Okay, here's the thing. I
But, like,
play
certainly-
F-Zero 99, so like...
And I should say, certainly more refined than a 90s arcade. I don't mean that the whole thing is throwback.
No.
Because
I don't even know if they're doing it on purpose. Like,
I don't know. Well, that's what's cool about it, is it feels like it's just Sega really being Sega.
Yeah. No, I think it's a great game. I can't say it's better than Mario Kart 8. I have a hard time with, besides F-Zero, F-Zero I think is a different thing. Like, F-Zero isn't even comparable to Mario Kart. It's so much of a different thing. I prefer racers where I can jump.
Oh, okay.
That's just a feel thing.
Yeah.
I prefer to jump into drifts.
Yeah, sure.
Than to like slide into it. And with F-Zero, you just don't even drift at all. So, or it's very hard.
And this game does do tricks that propel you out of jumps, but you can't jump on purpose. Like, it goes...
Yeah.
And you're not in the air that much. Like, it doesn't fly off of ramps the way Mario Kart does. So, like, there are ramps, and you get just enough lift that you can do some tricks, and occasionally you'll go up pretty high. Mario Kart does a lot of it. And this doesn't do nearly as much.
The flying is way better in this game.
Yeah.
Than it is in Mario Kart.
No, I really like that. It's got, well, because Mario Kart is just gliding. This is honest to God flying. You're in an airplane.
And the water physics are, I don't like them.
Yeah.
That's the
well, it really slows you down.
Like, yeah.
Because you're on water.
It works really well, and that's why I don't like it.
Well, that's one of the things that reminds me of Sega arcade games, because it feels a little bit like Hydro Thunder.
It made me think of Diddy Kong Racing, actually.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. So we should mention, too, we bought it on Switch.
Yeah.
Because that's the closest thing to a current system I've got right now. And they did put it on PS4, it turns out. But you suggested that I couldn't even get it physical on PS4,
right?
And so I'd certainly rather have the physical. And so yes, it's not as graphically impressive as the other systems, but it's very solid on Switch.
It's solid. I mean, I didn't have any problems.
Some people are complaining that have a better eye for this and care about this kind of thing more than I do. That it's not as nice to look at and to try to play in 30 FPS, because it is 30 on Switch, but it's a solid 30. It doesn't drop that I've seen. And on PS5 and the series systems, it goes to 60. And there are some textures and things that technically look nicer, but if you look at it side by side, it's not crazy different.
Yeah.
And it is $10 cheaper on Switch, and they haven't put out the Switch 2 version yet. They're doing that next year, which people are complaining about. But it is only going to be a $10 upgrade, so you'll pay your full $70 to get it on Switch 2. So you could get it now, play it on Switch, and then get the upgrade when it goes to Switch 2 and you're paying what you pay on PS5. So I respect it for that. Yeah. I think $70 is pushing it for a game like this. Personally, that's also the reason I bought it on Switch, because $60 I'm comfortable with, and after spending all weekend with it, I'm really comfortable with it.
Yeah.
This is the most satisfied I've been with a day one full price video game purchase in a very long time.
Yeah.
I played it all
But
weekend.
even though, I mean,
and like, and this will go down in price in a way like Mario Kart World will not, of course. They'll keep charging that for $80 forever. And that's another selling point with it is if it sounds cool but you don't want to pay full price, wait 6 months. It'll probably go down to 30, 40 or less. But I wanted it day one because I was too curious about it the way people were talking about it. And I will say, I don't have any FOMO not playing Mario Kart World because I'm not hearing the best things about it, and it doesn't look like what I want for Mario Kart. But the fact that that's been out for a while and I haven't cared has had me jonesing for new racing.
So,
and then this comes out, and I'm like, sure, I'll play that. And so now I'm excited that I do get a new kart racer.
Yeah. So I got to play a demo of Mario Kart World, and it's literally just more Mario Kart. Like, the gameplay is exactly the same. There's like it's the exact same. There's no difference, and I mean, there's like the rails and whatever, but like, not. I don't know. I just wanted to play more 8. Really, it was just kind of 8 with a little bit of better graphics.
And when you've already got 96 courses,
and I'm pretty sure the demo even had me playing a level that was on the Mario Kart 8 DLC. So I don't even like.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It's also weird that Nintendo has said nothing about how they're supporting that game in the future.
You're right.
We have no idea when and if we're gonna get DLC tracks or adding extra stuff to the open world or any of that. And people keep assuming that they have to do that.
Yeah.
To support it because they sold the Switch 2 so hard on it and they're charging so much for it. I would have said that was a fair assumption at the start. It's weird they still haven't said anything about it.
Yeah.
And apparently they did. I'm not playing the game yet, so I don't know because we haven't bought a Switch 2.
Right.
But I heard they did some kind of a like real quick update just after this came out. People are assuming as a response to all of the discussion that Sonic Racing is better.
Yeah.
And I don't know what they put in that, but it didn't sound like it was a lot.
Well, okay, so do you know the full story of that? Because basically,
I don't.
Sega puts out that trailer.
Right. We didn't mention that,
and
which was wonderful.
Nintendo.
So
we did mention that last week.
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
Sega's bringing the rivalry back, which is amazing, and I think deservedly so.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I gotta say this real quick. I'm really impressed with the opportunity they're taking here.
Mm-hmm.
When they go, we're so confident in our game. Like, we know it's as good or better than the Mario Kart that just came out.
Yeah.
And it's so weird that Nintendo didn't step up their game and do something that blew our game out of the water. But they obviously just worked really hard on this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think they deserve to be doing what they're doing with it.
Yeah.
But it's so weird to see them, like, bringing the rivalry back, fighting with Nintendo while they're putting it on Nintendo systems. It's amazing.
So, basically, after they put that out, Nintendo puts out a tweet that basically says something along the lines of, yeah, you guys are a third-party company, and, like, for years you guys have been on our systems, so...
Did they actually respond and say that? So
and
they got mad about it?
Yeah, and you know what Sega did? They
Uh-oh.
hired the top, players, the top, 5 players of Mario Kart World to play the new Sonic Racing game on day one.
No way.
And, play it on stream. Yeah.
That's awesome!
And then Nintendo puts out their update for Mario Kart World.
I love how Sega's not having any of Nintendo shenanigans right now. Mm-hmm. That's so good. I hope they keep going in the direction they're going right now.
Yeah.
just in advertising, in style, in the quality of the stuff they're putting out. Sonic Generations was really impressive.
Yeah.
The extra shadow stuff they did, and just the way they upscaled that game is wonderful. They put so much more heart and soul into that than they had to, and everybody noticed. So they took an already pretty good Sonic 3D platformer and kind of made it the best one.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you've played the Shadow section.
I have not.
Kind of the best 3D Sonic platformer now. And it's this, I thought, and it's this extra, Bowser's Fury kind of add-on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, I'm sure it's not very long. I've not finished it, but I loved what I played of it. And it looks great, even on Switch. But yeah, so I just wanted to do a real quick review of this. This is wonderful. And also, I gotta mention, the online is really fun.
Yeah, I was about to say that the online, and it doesn't look bad on Switch because it's cross-platform with...
Isn't that great?
PS5 and stuff. And it works.
And I think there will be, like, I don't play online very much. I will play this a lot because it's going to have support for a long time. And you have all these people that are playing it as an alternative to Mario Kart. So I kind of think you'll be able to get lobbies for 2 or 3 years at least.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's going to be easy to play with 11 other players as often as you want to. And I've played it at 2 in. No problem getting people in. I mean, also worldwide and cross-platform.
Meanwhile,
so, that helps a lot.
Meanwhile, you go on to friggin' F-Zero 99 and there's maybe 15 other people, and then they have to bring everyone else in as bots.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Well, that's been around for a while, and you knew that would drop off at some point.
Like a year.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah.
Oh, and I know you love that game.
I love that game.
That's sad. Well, I think that's going to do it for tonight. But if you like kart racers, and especially if you're not getting a Switch 2 yet, or you're not really digging Mario Kart World that much, wonderful alternative. And it's also, like, not the same thing, so there's no reason that you can't enjoy both if you have both. Right. I mean, I should say that. But since I'm not getting it yet, and I don't know when and if I ever will, I'm very, very happy with it. And I should also mention lots of great variety of courses and some really cool deep pulls of references to various Sonic games.
Yeah.
I really love the selection.
Real quick, I want to say, I think...
And the Frontiers course is the best course. It's so good.
Oh, I got so sick of that course so fast.
I love it.
Well,
but
it's like the only course that is picked on online.
Oh, yeah. There's a couple other courses that I'm sick of online.
Okay.
Also. I'm already done with the mall course. They just did Coconut Mall for Mario Kart again.
Yeah.
It's way too similar to that course. And it's not connected to anything in Sonic. It's just Coconut Mall.
And I went, oh my gosh. Why? But real quick, I do want to say, I think the reason Nintendo isn't pushing Mario Kart World as much right now is because they are pushing another racing game with Kirby Air Riders. So, and people are already kind of sick of racing games for Nintendo, and I think they don't want to like push 2 racing games at the same time.
I don't know if I trust that. And if that's their thinking, it's deeply flawed. So here's why that's a mistake. You sold your system on it. You made the track, I'll say this real quick. You made the tracks wider, and you went 24 racers because you thought this would have so much legs after doing Mario Kart 8 for a decade, or for more than a decade, that you thought everybody and his dog would be playing this to the point where you had to have 24 racers on your course. And you're saying they're worried about air riders. Yeah. No. I don't buy that at all. And even if that's why they're not talking about it right now, why couldn't they do what Sega did with this and say, here's our strategy for DLC for the next year?
Yeah.
Mario Kart went, here's your Mario Kart, and then crickets.
Right.
And that's ridiculous.
It's also only been 2 months.
Yeah, but they didn't say anything. They didn't even say we're gonna put more courses out. And
they didn't say that for Mario Kart 8 though.
No, I know that, but there's precedent set now. They want
what?
Mario Kart 8. The point I'm making is there is now precedent for you make a Mario Kart and then you keep building on your Mario Kart.
Yeah.
And people are expecting that, and they've never said if this will have that.
Right.
This could be all you get, and for $80, they have to say something. And also, so here's the thing: if it was a $60 game, and if it was a regular 3-race or a 3-track racer, and it didn't have an open world, nobody would be talking about this, or at least not as much as they are.
Right.
The bigger reason that it's weird they haven't said anything is that they did nothing with their open world.
Right.
They sold it on that, and now I've not played it, that's what everybody is saying, and the footage I've seen makes it look real stark and like there's not enough to do. And all they have to do is say, yeah, we're working on that, and it's gonna take a long time to really populate it the way we want to. We have lots of modes planned, we have all kinds of cool things we're gonna do in the open world. It's just gonna take a while. And here's what we're gonna charge you for it, or it's going to be free. Mm-hmm. They've said none of that.
Yeah, people did say Mario Kart 8 was lacking when it came out, and they didn't put DLC out for a year. They never said, "Oh, we're gonna put new tracks."
I know that.
Came out.
What is your point?
They didn't do that for Smash. They didn't do that for.
Yeah, this time you have to. This time is different,
right?
Because you made. Because here's the big difference. Mario Kart 8. Deluxe especially, already looks like a complete game.
Yeah.
It was shocking to everybody when it got all those DLC tracks. Nobody was sitting around going, my Mario Kart game's not big enough. They were saying, I've been playing this for so long, I could use another one.
Yeah.
And Nintendo said, well, we'll just add a bunch of tracks to what you have already. And people said, cool.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Smash Ultimate was more than a complete game.
Right.
It had so much at launch. Yeah. Nobody was sitting around going, I need more players. And then when they gave us more players, it was great. Mario Kart World is a big, empty game. It doesn't look finished.
Right. Here's another argument real quick.
But that's why I think you're wrong.
Sure. And I might be wrong on that account. I do have another argument against it, though.
I just think this is a little different. Because and the point I'm making is people are already bored with it. Yeah, and so they made a giant calculated error in thinking they could put that game out and people would play it so much that it would support 24 racers every time.
Right, but do they actually think that people would buy that DLC? That's why they're putting out... Instead of, they've already announced Donkey Kong Bonanza DLC because...
No, they've already put out Donkey Kong Bonanza DLC,
okay,
and people don't like it.
Okay. But they put that DLC out because people really like that game. And
no, they already had that planned.
Okay.
It's already out. They had to have been working on that already.
Then they might have...
Or at least I think it's already out. I feel like I've heard things about that. I heard that came out and it was mediocre.
Okay.
Again, I've not played that.
I have no idea.
Because I don't have a Switch 2, so I don't know.
And then there was there was another game that they had already announced DLC for that they just... I think it was Pokemon Legends ZA because everyone's excited for that. Like, no one... Like, I think the fact that no one cares about Mario Kart World is the reason that it hasn't gotten any signs of DLC yet. Like,
I disagree. I think they have to do everything they can to make people care about it now because they thought everybody would be over the moon freaking out about it, and because that's the pack-in game for the bundles they're doing, they need to do everything they can to make you want to play it. They're going to sell fewer consoles over it.
But then at that point, they should just add free stuff. Like, at that point, they shouldn't do DLC because that's...
Or bundle it with other games. I mean, I think if they bundled it with Bonanza, they might do it even better with the bundles.
Yeah.
Because that game got a 10 from IGN. Like, you know, everybody's loving that. But I'm just saying, I'm going to stick to my guns on this. It's weird that when it launched, they didn't say, even if they were cryptic, don't worry, we are planning things.
Right. They also didn't think it would be that like big of a fumble.
Yeah, but it's crazy they couldn't foresee that.
Yeah. I don't know how
That's
far
them
ahead
being-
they plan.
That's them
their
being
stuff.
way too big for their britches. Going, what's Mario Kart? Everybody plays Mario Kart.
Right.
And I mean, I've heard the gameplay is really solid and the tracks are cool. So don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's a terrible game.
Yeah.
But it's weird that they couldn't have guessed that people would get bored with it quickly, considering that that's all I'm hearing.
Yeah. Wow.
And you can't always predict the future. I get that, but you'd think that at least by now, especially with everything that happened with this, that they would have at least put out a tweet, if not said something in a direct, going, it's gonna be a while, but Sonic will not be the only thing where you get new stuff.
Yeah. I just don't think people
And you're saying
should
that's because they don't want to compete with Air Riders? I don't see it. They need that game to
they
be.
They have so much stuff they're doing right now.
I know, but they need Mario Kart to be to. I'm telling you, they need people to keep playing that game.
Yeah, I also don't think people should spend more money on that game. So, because
well, sure, but I also think that they should do more with that open world, not charge anybody for it. But they will, because they're nickel and diming everybody for everything.
Right.
But I
think we're just in a spot where.
But it sounds like the open world was half baked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Omar Daniel says Prime 4 too. Yeah, no, I get that. Okay, but then this will be the last point I make. We're just going round and round on this. Let me throw this at you. If part of your argument is they're wanting to downplay, because it sounds like what you're saying. Don't let me put words in your mouth. It sounds like what you're saying is they're downplaying Mario Kart entirely right now because they want you to focus on other things they're putting out. Where they're going, well, that kind of fumbled. That's unfortunate. Maybe down the road we can do more with it and get people excited about it again. But if that's the case, then why did they even bother with that update? Why are they responding to Sega in tweets about this game? They are worried about it.
Yeah. I think they just have so much. They had so much stuff in the bag. And again, it's not like Nintendo to be like, oh yeah, like in a tweet, like, oh yeah, we have more stuff coming. Like,
well, they should. That should be what they do.
It's never been that though. It's always been a big reveal and a huge trailer.
Yeah, they like to do reveals and still not tell you anything. You're right. I mean, this is the same company that did the giant direct for Switch 2 and didn't put the price in the direct.
Right.
And so they got people excited about it, and then 5 hours later, everybody went, oh, here's the catch, though.
I think they already just had that, that huge, hour-long Nintendo Direct. I mean, here's the thing. That last Nintendo Direct was so long, and they had so much crap in it. Do we really need another thing?
Yes. Because a lot of the crap that was in it was head-scratching, and a lot of the things that people expected to hear about we didn't get. Right. And so with as much as was in it, a lot of people weren't excited about very much of what was there.
Yeah.
So, yes, actually.
Yeah. I really think they're just... and I'm not saying, oh yeah, this is why.
I don't think you're even excited about what they're doing that much.
No,
right now,
but I'm saying, I'm not even saying they shouldn't put DLC out for Mario Kart World. I don't think they should.
They should. They absolutely should. They have to.
I think they should put out free updates.
Well, yeah, sure. I'm just saying they need more content for that game.
Yeah, they need more content. I think that game should have just had more content when it came out. But
yeah,
for $80.
They need to totally overhaul what the open world was about.
I think if that was $60, it would be a completely different story. I really think so.
But people would still be praising this over it because it's the same price.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna get going. We're already at 2 hours. I thought we were ending earlier, and then we started fighting about this. No, that's okay.
I didn't even remember we were still on camera.
That was a super fun conversation, though.
Yeah.
I think the best.
I think they're just not thinking through like what they're doing.
So I think the best argument you made was, but this is how this company operates.
Right.
I think you're right about that.
Yeah.
So you're not saying this is what they should do. You're saying this is what they'll do.
They're putting out the friggin' Virtual Boy again. Do you think they're making good decisions right now?
No, they're not.
I don't.
Okay, we're going to get going. Everybody, thanks a lot for watching the Captain Logan Show. Hope you enjoyed it. Jason and I will be back with you next Wednesday night for yet another one. And if you want to throw in a question for us ahead of time, become a patron at patreon.com/geekvolution. Just the $2 tier lets you put in a question, and we will see you again real soon. I was Captain Logan, and this was Jason. Appreciate you guys.
I want to take you for a ride.